It's so beautiful out. It says that it's 39 degrees. But it's so beautiful. So I think I'm going to go for a walk. Yes. Let's go for a walk and talk. What do you think? Come on. Something is telling me to grab an extra bag. So I think I will. Someone will need it, I'm sure. Let's go. So, let's talk about humiliating. I'm gonna share one of the trillion times, seen and unseen, humiliating things that the narc has done to me. And most of them were, I'm sure, they were underhanded and behind my back, and you know, to later find out. But I'm talking about to me in person directly. One of the most humiliating things the toxic narcissist did to me was throw something at me. And I can't remember if it was a shoe. I believe it was a shoe or a boot. And I want to take a moment right now, a moment of silence for everyone to get this in your mind, in your head, sink it into your heart, your spirit, and your soul right now. When the toxic person punches a hole in your wall, lunge at you, or lunge, whatever you want to call it, punches a hole in your wall, rips the door, off the hinges. Did I say punch a hole in your walls? Sling a cup of juice, water, whether it's in a glass or a plastic cup, off the counter. A full glass. Just sling it off. Just knock it off, right? If they do any of that, including throw any item, object at you, you now will realize that you're in danger, because they really want to hit you. Okay? And that will be next. I'm here to tell you. I got stories. You will be next. If they punching holes in the wall and slinging cups, just knocking cups in anger, of water, juice, beer out your hand, wine glass, whatever. I still got stuff on my ceiling right now to this day. I'm so serious. Yeah, you might say, oh, that's disgusting. No, it's not. Because every time I think about it, it's like now. I had so much going on when they was in the house. You couldn't remember to go clean they mess up, and nor did I want to. I wanted them to clean they mess up. And half of the time they cleaned they mess up with all the stupidity they did. But know that that moment of silence needs to sink in your head. Yes. that you're in danger. So, one of the humiliating times, as I said, was when a narcissist threw something at me from the top of my landing. And I believe it was a boot or a shoe. But I'm trying to remember, because it was so much mess going on. It might have been, I think it was something much more harmful. But, honey, at that very moment, I could not believe it. Do you hear me? I could not believe. I clutched my pearls, honey. It ain't just no white people. Black people got pearls too. I do. I clutched my pearls. And I shifted my invisible glasses. I couldn't believe it. Can I use the word hurt? I felt so defenseless, helpless. It's like when somebody humiliates you, you feel like your hands are tied, right? I've never felt so disrespected in my life, and trust me, I felt and seen humiliation before. Like I said, unseen, underhanded, you know, secretly, and you find out later. But I mean, not to the extent that I'm standing right there in front of you and you think that less, that low of me to throw something at my head, honey. And honey, I can't even begin to describe how I felt. I was in utter disgust. And I mean, not one person that I know, not a jealous person, and there's plenty of them, not a hateful person or secret envious person. I know plenty of them. They think I don't know, but I know. I mean, family member, nobody has never ever dared to ever throw anything at me. The closest, yeah, but I don't see it. The closest that has ever came to me, as far as somebody humiliating me to the point where they throw something at me, was one time, and I repeat, one time. My child slammed the door in our house. I'm gonna say it again. It was one time. Trust. They never slammed. They never slammed the door in our house ever again. Okay? And it's like when that happened to me, I'm gonna speak for me. When that happened to me, it was like I was locked out of my own defense. I was like, and I stayed on that. I stayed on, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Oh, y'all, look at here, look at here. Look at here. I think that's a Globe Master, I think that's a Globe Master. But, I was disgusted. And it was like all my defense was gone. Like, literally. It was like my defense was gone. And, you know, I was going down the steps. I was running down steps for my life. And they hurled that shoe or boot or whatever it was. And I stopped. And I looked back up. And once I got down to the stairs, to the bottom of the stairs, I was thinking, What type of person throws an object at another person? What grown person does that? Like, I couldn't wrap it around my head. I could not. But I can tell you what grown person does that. A grown person that does that is, oh, I know, a large, overgrown adult in a child's body. With the mental capacity of a 5-year-old. Yep. That's who does that. A narcissist. That's who. A narcissist. And what I should have said when I used to work with the kindergartners, no thank you, nice hands, because they kids. They are big, overgrown children, sadly to say. I'm telling you, my reaction was on froze until I got to the bottom of the steps all the way safely. And I'll just say, I did have a reactive response. That's when you're pushed and provoked and tortured and plucked until you can't take it no more. And you lash out on them. Whether you throw something or call them every kind of name that you know they are out there in the streets, what they doing, and tell them, you know, what you think about, you know, how unclean they are and how, you know, you know the kind. Yeah, I had a reactive response. That's what I had. And, you know, when I had the reactive response, I went off. I let them have it. And, of course, they secretly videotaped me and took it back to all they flying monkeys. And, you know, again, the lie sunk in for them to smear my name further as the bad guy, as the abuser, as them, the narcissist, being the victim. Oh, one thing the narcissists hate is when I used to say, poor man. But, honey, that's just one of the things that the narcissist will do to you. Throw something at you. They will throw something at you. And you will feel the utmost disrespect ever. Big kids. But that was the last time. Trust me. Anyway. They're humiliated. That's why they want to humiliate you. But just remember, walk away from the noise, because that's all it is. They don't have nothing to offer you. Nothing to offer. You can't benefit from them. You're not going to live a life of happiness, joy, ups and downs, and any of that, honey. So, when they throw something at you, punch a hole in your wall, break out your window, slash your tires, any of that, you need to remember, that's not just humiliation. That's what they want to do to you. Alright? I love you.